Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Canada is at a crossroad. We are now into our fifth year of the recession/depression foisted on us by a greedy and irresponsible Wall Street. If the government presses ahead with a budget that it intends to present tomorrow, we will be guaranteed another 4 years of anemic growth. In other words, 5 plus 4, 9 years, the same as the Great Depression of the 1930s. Well, in addition to the misery that is caused by cutbacks, reductions, and squeezing of programs, we are in the process of losing the productive potential of a whole generation of Canadian young people. So the government should voluntarily withdraw its budget until it solves the money problem, which it has the power to do, and then bring back a revised budget incorporating the biggest financial stimulus in the history of Canada since 1939. The problem then, as now, is lack of money. But when the war broke out, the Bank of Canada sprang to life and created the money as required. Well, most people don't understand where money comes from. I interviewed about 100 Canadians and asked them where money came from, and they said the government prints it. How much? Well, estimates from 50 to 100%. Well, if that's the system we had, we wouldn't be in the mess that we're in today. In fact, about 97% of all the money created is created by the private banks, and they create it out of thin air, so to speak. It is just a computer entry. Well, Graham Towers, the first and probably best of the governors of the Bank of Canada that we have had, said that money is just a book entry. That's all it is. Well, if he were alive today, he would say money is just a computer entry. That's all it is. So, millions of people around the world and thousands of Canadians are hungry, homeless, and unemployed for the lack of a few well-placed computer entries. That, in my opinion, is a crime against humanity in the literal sense of those words. So what Canada and the Western world need is a massive change, because the problem with the present system is that bank-created money is all created as debt, and it is debt that has to be repaid with interest. But no one creates any money with which to pay the interest. So what do we have to do? We have to borrow more in order to pay the interest on what we already owe, and go deeper and deeper into debt. But there is a solution. Canada and the Western world need a significant, in fact, a very significantly large infusion of debt-free, or at least interest-free money to dilute the ocean of debt in which we are currently drowning. Well, the federal government owns the patent to money creation. That is what sovereignty means. And the banks have no rights, really, just the privileges that have been granted by Parliament. And certainly they do not have the right to a monopoly on money creation. That function must be shared between the Government of Canada and the private banks. So we are recommending that the Government of Canada forthwith create, through the Bank of Canada, $150 billion to be shared equally between the federal and provincial governments and territories on a per capita basis, and through the provinces, the municipalities. And this would be enough to get the economy up and running vigorously and well. The second year, a lesser amount of money created, and so on down until it is about 34%, and then that amount consistently in the years to come, 34% government-created money and 66% bank-created money. If we had that system, all levels of government, federal, provincial, municipal, would be able to balance their budgets, not just from time to time, but all the time, and with lesser taxes than we are paying at the present time. So, if Canada takes the action now, the rest of the Western world will follow, and the second worst recession in living memory will quickly come to an end. And it should, and it can, if we take the action now. Thank you.